1:23 p.m. Tuesday, October 5, 2021 on the East Coast in New Jersey. In the words of Mary Greely yesterday in her previous video, she said, "This volcano is gearing up to do something big. This volcano is gearing up to do something big." That's what her words were, because of the frequency and the depth, how deep they are right now, and the dark billowing smoke. Now, I came upon more timely and very important information that might shed more light on the timing of what may be in the progress of happening right now, and specifically in relation to the energy that's probably coming from the Vanuatu volcano earthquake on Saturday, which I did the previous video on. This really seems to blow the thing wide open and sheds light on it, though it's just from someone commenting a comment, but I find it very interesting, and to me it shows what's likely going on and the timing of all of this and where that energy is going and when it could be expected to impact, up in that area, possibly, with that energy affecting the magma flow through the veins throughout the earth, and how it's pressing. Even from that one point, it will go around the world. That's the idea. So it's not just, that energy creating earthquakes, but pushing magma flow through the vents from chambers, gigantic chambers located in different parts of the earth. So that's also what's going on here. I'm not here to go into that, but just to make a brief video that later tonight, I have to be out during the day now. I won't be back, so I probably won't be able to put this up and record it until tonight, but that's what I plan to do, to go into all of this and really astonishing information. Again, recapping, in the last video I talked about this antipode theory and how the energy from one large earthquake travels right through the earth to basically the exact mirror opposite side of the earth within 30 degrees, and that with that Vanuatu earthquake, traveling, it would take about 3 days, and that this would basically be today, Tuesday, would basically be when that energy could likely be extended and felt in that area off of northwest Africa by the Canary Islands. But this information goes into that, but also from the standpoint, as I say, of pushing magma, pushing it very strongly through those vents, chambers, veins, pathways throughout the whole earth in the same way. And without getting into details, his assessment and chronology would put that time all the way up from now, actually days before this, until about 6 days from now. This person expects that there will be a full-blown gigantic eruption, not even comparable to what's happening now. And of course, earthquakes could also result with that, but also the energy that's affecting it, that area right now. So I'm not going to get into detail, but anytime, put it this way, between now and a week from now, the full effects of that 7.3 off of Australia I had talked about should be fully realized, and that doesn't take into account any other things going on that could be producing energy and exerting force, because we just don't know what's going on under the ground there at La Palma. But from the indication of the intensity and frequency increase in the earthquakes and the depth that there's quaking, there's movement deep beneath the volcano and throughout the vents and so forth. The veins, or whatever you want to call them, chambers, lava fields uh, beneath the earth, beneath the volcano, and the crust extending through the crust beneath the surface there, trying to push with great force, it appears, all the way up to, force greater eruption. And that's part of the quakes going on. It's trying to push through, and that's part of, the earthquakes going off there. That's a sign of it. It's also a sign that they are likely to become stronger and are becoming stronger right this moment. Yesterday, it was reported 4.1, I believe it was, right there at the volcano. But I saw someone comment, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they said that they were watching the live feed from volcanodiscovery.com, which shows continuous 24-hour-a-day live updates of the earthquakes occurring at La Palma with the Cumbre Vieja volcano erupting. And this person said that he saw a registered 4.7 as he was watching, and then it was taken down quickly. So I don't know if that's accurate, but who knows. But it could be that there was 4.7 instead. I don't know, unless that was a typo, but that's not unusual for that to happen, where it's larger, but then they, for some reason, lower it. In that case, it's substantial. Whether that's actually what happened, but it's possible that was a 4.7 yesterday. And this person that I'm going to read what he wrote in another video that I do, I said maybe tonight, he thinks that the energy or the earthquake magnitude of the Vanuatu was 9 or greater. So I don't know, but that was just that person's opinion. So anyway, I'll try to end this, but quite possibly there could be a larger earthquake sometime today or beginning whenever, tomorrow. But it's pretty reasonable to assess and assume that the earthquakes are going to get larger in, intensity. Bigger quakes are going to be felt now, starting soon here. Which I think, if that happens, will be a good, clear warning sign and indication that something larger is looming, impending to happen, like possibly a much more gigantic explosion, or let's call it shaking, because the quakes and the movement of the magma and the eruption are pretty much interrelated. So if there's a big giant shaking with large earthquakes and a large eruption, but it's medium sized. In other words, maybe it's in the 4s now. There's been 4.0 magnitudes and higher quakes. So if it gets into the 5s, let's say, or up to 5, and then maybe higher, if you start seeing that, then it could possibly mean that even larger quake would come maybe in one kind of event of a large size, noticeably, not just gradually as it's going now. With constant earthquakes, there was like 100 earthquakes yesterday, 100 going on there, and a lot of them, most of them now are well over 3, in the 3 range, 3 up to 3.7, 3.9 is common right now. So it shows it's increasing in the magnitude. And let me end this here because I'm having a hard time loading things, and I want to put this up before I go out today, if it loads, and so you'll know what I'm up to, and then I'll be back tonight to go over this and get into this. So it's really fascinating and important information again. So hopefully you'll stay tuned to listen to that, and I think it'll give a much clearer idea of where things are at and what's actually taking place unofficially, not only from myself but from the person I'll be reading what he said is his opinion. His ideas, very intelligent, very reasonable, which I see could very well be the accurate scenario and assessment of what's happening here as we await anything that might occur. And as this person said, up to 9 days from the initial earthquake in Vanuatu on the 2nd. So I just adding 9 days. I come up with the 11th of October. Today's the 5th. So that leaves about a week, 6 days to a week to see how this might play out and manifest. All right, that's it for now. Let me load this, and hopefully I'll be back later tonight after I record what I have to say and read that. All right, bye.